And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 212. So I hope you guys had a great day. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend as well. And in this episode of the MSK show, I am going to be having a conversation with SSJ, Kdots Sanctum. This is going to be his first appearance on this show. But we've been, friends for a very, very long time. We've been friends since 2017. We had a lot of highs and lows, a lot of ups and downs together. That's right. Yes, that's crazy. Yeah, it's been like 8 years, actually. Holy shit. Damn, you got all old now. You're all like grown up.
I remember we started talking after my channel.
Really?
Yeah. That's me and my channel.
Yeah, so
we was both obviously, we met through Jody, but we didn't really start talking until after I really did my channel.
Yeah, and I still remember the days of the anime battles and that guy Swag Kage, that dirty, disgusting monkey that was on your show. Holy crap. That clout chasing fucking piece of shit. Never forget the L's I was delivering that man live, actually. Good Lord. Remember when there was the time on the I think it was my show when we were doing the show during like that certain virus period we can't talk about on YouTube, where he said he could take like 10 shots to the foot.
Oh yeah. Thing is, I don't care too much about that shit anymore. I kind of I've been that shit.
No, I just think it's funny that you just think back on all the funny moments that happened. That shit was hilarious.
It was a whole bunch of funny shit. But overall, I don't care about that shit anymore. I kind of I'm not been moved on from it, but at the end of the day, just progressing. Got to focus on me and do me at the end of the day, regardless.
Yeah,
you can see I definitely slowed down content wise, making content for sure. No particular reason, nothing bad. It's just when you don't feel too inspired to do something, you also got hella personal shit to focus on. Yeah, content creation kind of slows down.
Yeah, your last live stream was when a certain movie came out. Was it Brave New World? It was Joker 2. The last one you did for a big movie where you talked about it on a panel was, I think, Joker 2, and that movie was stylish. I know you liked it, but that movie was a steaming pile of dog vomit, dude. How in the world did you enjoy that movie? It was way worse than the first one. I liked the first one. I liked the first one. I thought it was really good. First one's a hidden gem, I think, actually.
Well, the only thing I would say about it was that the musical stuff was not as needed as much, but I think I have no issue with the movie.
Okay.
Too much issue. It wasn't like the Wonder Woman 84 of movies, or like fucking Captain Marvel movies, or the fucking Jeepers Creepers Reborn of movies. It wasn't that. I understand why people didn't like it, but I still liked it. The only way to get me to really call you what people consider the Wonder Woman 84 movies, even though I really didn't dislike Wonder Woman 84, because it's, at the end of the day, I still remember it's much worse movies. People forget you got DC movies like Steel that exist. DC movies like Catwoman. And people have the audacity to say Wonder Woman 84 is the worst. It is not one of the best. But people forget Steel and Catwoman exist.
Oh, I will say
those are DC movies. Those are DC characters.
I'm just saying, Birds of Prey came out the same year, and that movie was actually way worse. And that movie's an actual steaming pile of hot ass.
Birds of Prey was some ass. It was some booty juice. It was a whole pack of booty juice. Black Canary used the power. No. I think the worst thing about Birds of Prey for me was Black Canary using her powers and then she passed out. It's damn. Imagine you're watching a Superman movie and you're waiting to see Superman finally use. He has a bunch of powers.
Yeah.
But his power, he just fucking passes out. Depends on the context of the movie. If it's an origin movie or whatever, but it's fuck. Because I think that's the only time she did that shit in the movie.
But it was worse.
Did it one time in the movie.
She did her sonic scream, and this sonic scream is apparently so strong it can cause you to go deaf if she hits you with it long enough. Harley Quinn just walks through it. You know what's even worse after that? After that scene you just described,
an extra boost to get going.
After that scene you just described came the actual worst scene in the movie. Do you know what it was? It was when Black Mask left in that black vehicle he had, and then Harley Quinn was racing on it on roller skates. Worst part of the movie. It's the worst part. Nothing beats
Did
that.
Black Mask even put on his fucking mask in the movie?
Once, I think, but it was to like I forgot. It was
It was barely in the movie. It happened, but
yeah.
it was just like a lot
It
of
was when he was kind of
superheroes
gathering the
barely
people up.
happened.
Remember, it was that part of the movie where he was trying to gather up all the henchmen he had to go attack them in that one little place they were in. And he put it on. Yeah, he put it on once, and I was like, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask was also weird. That part of the movie where she got on roller skates and caught up to a car going 60 miles an hour, I was like, all right, just end this. Please end this movie. This is bad. I was like, DC, what are you doing?
Yeah,
guys,
honestly,
I'll never accept it. There's like I understand, dude, that there's comic book bullshit, and I love comic book bullshit. I absolutely like enjoy it. But when you are defying logic like that, you got to just draw the line in the sand.
I think it's this, right? I'm all for like, for example, Superman Lois season 3 and 4. They took Bizarro and literally did a Doomsday and Bizarro combination. Now, did I think it could work? No, I think they put that shit off very fucking well. Is it something that they typically should be doing? No, because Bizarro is his own character, Doomsday is his own character. You might as well just make Doomsday, you make the Bizarro. But they decided to do a Frankenstein of the two characters, and it came out well. So I'm like this. It was executed well. It was interesting. With Birds of Prey, they thought, all right, let's take Cassandra Cain Batgirl. Let's take Harley Quinn, Barbara Gordon. Well, no, they didn't take Barbara Gordon. Black Canary, and put them all on one team. I was like, you're better off making a Gotham City Sirens movie, and it's just them being bad guys. Harley and Ivy in a relationship or whatever, and it's Catwoman, and they're trying to rob Black Mask. Or they're trying to steal something for Black Mask. They end up doing so. It's a failed heist, and Black Mask is out on the hunt for them. That could have been your movie, and it would have been fine. Just make some movie about some bad people doing bad shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still make them likable people doing bad shit. We have a bunch of movies about the villains, and we still like them doing their bad shit. So I'm just saying, they could have done that. I think that would have been better than what the fuck we got.
So before we get into more DC stuff, because I know there's a lot of talk about there, since people haven't seen you in a very long time, I don't think we've talked to each other on a show in like maybe like an actual couple years. Mm-hmm. Your life used to be in a bunk bed at your parents' house with a bunch of your brothers and sisters screaming at the top of their lungs 24/7. So after that, you basically didn't.
I only got like one.
No, man, your brothers and sisters were always screaming their heads off.
Those are my nephews and nieces.
Well, they had some lungs on them. I'll tell you that. You can hear the motherfuckers from like half downstairs. So what ended up happening?
Hold up. Miss Sparkle's got something. She flirting with me. Miss Sparkle's, relax.
God,
he said, "Tell him to cut his crazy hair. He won't listen to me." And he went to the meetup like looking like. I wanted to see it. He does not want to show me for some reason. We was even behind the scenes. We was behind the scenes before this live
pictures
started.
on Twitter.
No, you don't post. I see your Twitter. You barely post images of yourself on your Twitter.
I posted the ones.
When?
Literally, actually, a few days ago and yesterday. I posted them. I swear. Go into media, you will see them. I swear. They're there.
Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to
man.
King Entertainment.
Sparkles is always here to bother me. That's just what she does. Hi, Chloe. How are you doing tonight?
Well, I don't always see if I don't always see y'all post this because I don't hit everybody's bell notifications.
Oh, okay. They're fine. So let's do this kind of little deep dive on what the hell happened.
Oh, I figured that's what it was. I was thinking it was some like fucking I thought it was this. I'm so glad it wasn't this.
What happened?
No, I'm just showing you what I thought your hair was going to be. I'm looking at it on Twitter right now. I thought it was this shit. Is this fucking Tom Holland? Look. You was looking. I thought you was about to be looking like Mr. Tom Holland out here, bro. You looking crazy.
Is that the movie where he was?
Like
oh God!
I thought it was this. No, it's not bad. It's not bad. I like it. I fuck with it.
That doesn't look that bad though.
Well, no, I mean you're not doing this. I'm glad it doesn't fucking
Oh
look
no,
like
no.
that. I would have
I'm gonna
definitely
go
done
back to the original style. I was just taking a break because all that money and investment and time is just that's a lot to do. Like every 2 weeks, I would literally have to wake up on an early on my day off to go get my hair done. And it's like, after doing that shit for like a good more than 10 plus years, you want to take a break for a little bit. It's just something that I just like.
I only braided my hair once for like a good 2 weeks, and that was it. So it's too much to manage. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's. I like the style, but it's too much to manage.
So
I don't really care to do too much maintenance on my hair. So
what happened to you? You just disappeared from doing everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, multiple things.
Let's start. What
Multiple
happened
things.
first?
Kind of got.
Let's go one by one. Let's go.
Well, the thing is, I get bored of things very quickly, and I slowly stop showing my interest in something. Not that I don't have no interest in still doing YouTube shit, but like, I'm at a point where I don't want to feel obligated when I'm doing content. I want to just post when I want. Like, if I feel like it's something I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. If it's nothing I don't feel like talking about, then I won't say nothing about it. Because a lot of the content I was doing, sometimes it was like, all right, someone feels like doing this, so I'll do it because we cool. But then it's like 1 hour into the content I'm doing, it's like, all right, I'm already fucking bored, or even when I kind of transitioned out of doing reaction videos, it was people at that time that was like, react to this, react to that. I don't want to react to every fucking thing you're sending me. It's some of the shit y'all sending is boring. Like, I can already see from the thumbnail, oh, this shit look boring. I'm watching it. It's boring. It's like, it's just, sure, that's me judging the book by its cover, but like, it's no different than when you look at a trailer of a film. If you look at a trailer of a film at that point, that's when you can decide if I'm not going to watch it or not. Now, it may not be good or it might be good, you don't know, but at least you did give the marketing a chance. You at least, tried to see what it might be about, and you decided, hey, I'm not going to invest into it.
And okay, outside of losing interest in content, what else ended up happening?
I mean, just life change in general, personal stuff. I mean, not too much stuff I can really want to talk about, or I think everybody knows, but it's not like nothing bad. It's just, and also mainly my job too. Like, bigger focus on that. It's bigger focus on building up myself personally in my personal life. So that.
Okay, so you're essentially just doing that thing what every guy does, where at one point you just got to just get yourself together. That's it. Get your credit score up.
I guess that. I guess something like that. And also, like I said, my living situation wasn't that comfortable. It's not. It's because like I was transitioning. I was a period like my moving condition wasn't where I was staying at wasn't really like as stable as I wanted to be, and kind of just to work is my work. My job itself is already taking like a lot of my time. Still working overnight, so don't really have too much time to invest into the daytime. I mean, if I could drop a short, I'll drop a short. But if like other than that, I kind of at this point I post when I want to, post when I feel like it. I really don't care too much about views anymore. I do, but like I don't really care. I'm just out here for the love of it. I'm like Punisher, when he says he likes to kill people. I don't like to kill people, but he loves it. He enjoys it. I enjoy, the type of mindset I'm in right now. I enjoy it. I love it. I revel in it.
So, do you think you'll ever come back to it, doing it kind of semi-regularly, like you used to?
Yeah. I can see myself consistently doing it, but like,
just right now, you're just going to take a break for a little bit because you were going strong. For like
I'm
8
still
years.
posting here and there. Well, I'm demonetized right now, so I'm waiting until July to reapply. I'm still gonna be posting stuff, but I got demonetized again because of the recent shorts I posted. But in July I can reapply and I'll be back.
Okay. And then how do you feel now living on your own compared to living with your mom and dad?
I mean, well, technically me and my parents are staying with my brother, but well, it was his place. But I mean, it doesn't feel drastically different. Feels fine.
Oh, those are fulfilling. You have your own thing. You can just basically walk around butt naked if you want to. Big BBC hanging out.
I mean,
And you have a dog.
I would even do that if I was like, if I had like a big, I don't know, maybe I would walk around butt ass naked. It depends. It depends.
God. And you have a dog now. Unless that's your friend's dog.
Friend's dog.
Okay. That dog is cute. I like that dog. Looks very funny. You let that thing on your bed, he might kind of eat you. He's evil. There was that one character in SpongeBob. Evil.
Says the person taking stray cats. Yeah, we know about them cats.
I like cats. Cats are awesome, man. I'm a huge lover of the vagina.
Did you let a stray cat into your house one day during the
It wasn't bad. But it ran away. It really wasn't a bad cat at all. It was a very calm, regular.
No, I don't disagree with you. I believe you. It was probably a good cat. I'm just saying you just let a stray cat into your place.
It left me. Why did it leave me? I fed it and I gave it food. Wait, that's the reason why it left me. God damn. It used me for food. That little motherfucker. God damn.
When you hit me up yesterday, the first thing I thought about was that lady, that fucking lady that opened up your door.
Oh my God. I'll never.
You was scared. She was like, what the fuck? I'm like, slam that door in that bitch's face.
Oh my God. No one knows. Okay, so you remember what it was? But it was when, like,
you don't have the clip still? You don't have it.
God, it's probably on WZ's channel still.
Okay.
I think because like no one remembers the story. So I had my first apartment, and this was back in like fucking hell. I think maybe 2021 or 2022. It's like around the time No Way Home came out, or like before Multiverse of Madness came out. I was basically going into work at like 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 5 o'clock, because so I do truck at my job, and the time frame of it was constantly swapping, and it would come like super early. So I'd have to get up and go to work early to get ready for trucks to set it up. And then that Monday, I remember I went into work at like 6 o'clock, 5:30, and I was so dead when I would stream late in the night too. So I usually always lock my door. Even though the place I live at now is way more secure, I lock a door. I legit forgot to lock my door, and I was streaming, and this lady just opens the door and comes in. And, I was so tired, I didn't even have the screen door closed. I usually have like the screen door, closed and locked. I didn't have the screen door closed. I was literally that tired. I forgot to lock my doors. Black lady, and of course it was a black person because that's what they do. They just cause crime. That's just what it is. Statistics don't lie. A black lady just walks.
You black as shit too.
I don't commit no crimes. Neither do you.
Yeah,
God damn. So
it be the Negroes like this.
Black lady with no hair walks in and asks, "Who are you?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" The funny part, she asked, "Who was I walking into my house?" Like, what? I'm never gonna forget.
Why didn't you tell her who you was?
Damn.
You should have told her who the fuck you was. She was right to ask you, the person living here, who are you?
Dude, after that stream, the week after, because that was the last time that truck came that early, I think I ordered Little Caesars pizza, and I was so tired I fell asleep on the pizza. Like my whole body fell asleep on the box.
As usual, like always.
My body.
No, like always. Well, no. When it was at a point where you we had the group streams and stuff, and you was just falling asleep and shit. I did it on my lives too, because even when I was doing my TikTok lives and stuff, I was just literally like letting people like run the panel, like y'all got it, free content for me.
You still do that on TikTok?
Do what you got to do, free content. Oh, I know you still do. I'm just saying that's one of the perks when you like build up a community. It's like, damn, free content for me. Y'all doing the content for me. Just talk. Just talk for me.
You're essentially just clout chasing. Oh my God.
No, free money. It's like y'all just yap. I get the benefits of it.
See, essentially you're using the white man for his content and the labors of his benefits.
Yes, that's what you literally do.
I know, but it's different when I do it because I'm white. I'm transracial.
All right, MSK. All right.
Oh God. So, at this point, you're gonna reapply for monetization at some point, and then you'll contemplate kind of
coming. When I can reapply.
Okay.
It's like we make you wait 3 months to reapply.
Good Lord, yeah. YouTube demonetization stuff is stupid. That stuff is so dumb now. Good Lord, man. YouTube is trash, and like Rumble's not really any better because they don't really do shit over there. I just only upload my content on Rumble because I would not like uploading it on Twitch. Like Twitch is trash too. Like I think stream constantly to these
Twitch is
places.
saying, are you saying some reckless shit? You need to go down. Yeah, they're not gonna let you put that shit up. Well,
Dude,
Twitch,
they
can you even post on Twitch? Because they delete like older videos.
Okay.
You can
it was on
videos, but
it was on some gamer's chick's fucking Twitch stream. That's her name, some gamer chick, and I typed in the word wanker in the chat and posted it, and I got a week ban for it. The word wanker. Why can't I type that in there?
Wanker anyways. I don't even know why you would say wanker.
I don't know. I was just being funny. I was just trying to be edgy and cool. And they banned me for a week.
We don't even take European serious when they say fucking wanker. Because they sound fucking ridiculous. They don't even sound like a threat. Yo, wanker.
Oh God.
I can't take you serious.
Oh God, man. Jeez. Whitest man strikes again.
Yeah. He was wanking to the Halo.
Okay, it's not true. The context of that was that
you did.
I accidentally had the camera on. That Halo's TV show. I'm not gonna lie. People always rag on these Disney Plus MCU Star Wars shows. That Halo show was such trash. That was literally the worst show I probably watched in my entire life.
It was horrible. I was genuinely shocked that the Fallout show was much better.
A lot of people said that. A lot of people did say that. That's good.
Yeah, the Fallout show was good, and I'm no huge Fallout fan. I'm probably a bigger fan of Halo, and I was just devastated with like, damn, this could have been so simple, and easy.
The sex scenes were bad. The dialogue was horrendous. The pacing was bad. God, the one at the end of season 1
when he fuck the evil girl working with the aliens.
The AI robots in here like getting turned on.
What? I'll say the only good thing was obviously the suits and the action. That's about it.
Has to be one of the worst video game adaptations to media ever. That shit was terrible. Like I would never watch a season 2 of that. That was bad. God, man.
I didn't even care to watch season 2. That's why I say when I get bored of something, I get bored and I move on from it. Like Halo season 1. If it was like 2018, 2017, I might torture myself and actually rewatch it. But I'm at a point where I'm like, if I have a hint that I don't like it, I'm not going to just take part in it. And also, I'm not going to make content about it. Maybe I can make content about it for the views, but it's like, I don't really care to record the shit and talk about it. I don't want to waste the breath of talking about it. Mm-hmm. That's why recently the Snyder fans still on Twitter yapping. And this is the thing, right? Some of them I engage with, some I don't, but I engage with them less than compared to when Zack Snyder Justice came out and anything prior to that. I was constantly would engage with them. But this one is like, damn, they are defeated at this point because this is what I say when they're defeated at this point. Now James Gunn just released the Superman behind the scenes clip yesterday, and it had the toys got released. Well, the marketing for the toys, and it showed that alien, that giant kaiju in the trailer. Mm-hmm. And some of the Snyder fans was like, "Oh, but people bashed Doomsday and said the design was ugly." And I'm like, "Yeah, but the kaiju." Because that monster thing James has in the movie, I don't know what DC character or comic it's based on. It could be
based on All-Star Superman. That's a run by Grant Morrison.
No. The giant kaiju, not the planet.
Oh,
giant kaiju. This one.
Yeah, it's the one that was spitting on fire, right?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so I haven't read that story yet. I'm going to try and get that story read and reviewed before the movie comes out. That way I can understand like the changes that he made to the movie based on the story. But
what I'm saying is that kaiju thing, like, I don't think it's based off anything that we've seen in DC yet. I think it's just some original new thing. But the people that was posting about the Doomsday clip from BVS, it's like, well, the difference is Doomsday is an established character. And it's like, okay, you decided to go with this design for Doomsday. You could have, out of all the creative liberties you want to take with Doomsday, you decide to have him come out as a naked troll from Lord of the Rings. It's like that would have been fine if this Doomsday wasn't even like, let's say this was the first time we seen Doomsday ever in any type of adaptation, not even in the comics yet. And this was a new original villain for BVS. His name is Doomsday. Okay. I mean, I can't argue with the design. I can still say it looks bad, but I'm going based off what you could have done. Even Doomsday in the last episode of Superman and Lois season 4, when he finally got his fully evolved form, looked way better than whatever the fuck that BVS shit was.
Oh, do you know what's crazy about Zack Snyder is now people would know how big of a hack that guy is. So if you guys remember, this guy's biggest thing against Warner Brothers was that they had him cut down BVS for that whole theatrical version because they wanted to get it on more screens. Because if you guys don't know this, you want to get it on more screens with less runtime, right? So this guy, this fucking worthless hack of a fucking human being, goes to Netflix. And the thing with going to Netflix is that he's not bound by any like studio constraints. He got full creative vision to do whatever he wanted. Then he goes to Netflix and he releases theatrical versions of Army of the Dead and both Rebel Moon parts. But I thought he went to Netflix because he wouldn't have to release theatrical versions.
That shit with that Rebel Moon shit was already trash as is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rebel Moon. Well, I only watched. I'll be honest with you. I really didn't watch the whole first movie. I think I did. No, I did. I watched the first movie. It was trash. I didn't watch the theatrical cuts. I didn't even watch the theatrical cut of the second movie. I didn't even watch the second movie. This man, the year before, was complaining, "Oh my gosh, Warner Brothers had me cut down my movie. I couldn't release my full vision." Netflix, you can't release your full vision. You need to release it in two different parts. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Wait a minute.
What a fucking hack.
You just complaining
for years. He was complaining for years about that. It wasn't just like he complained about one time
for years about studios
interference. He blamed it on studio interference constantly, that Warner Brothers ruined his vision by making him cut down BVS to be a 2-hour and 30-minute movie. And the reason why, I explained before, the reason why studios do that, it's not just Warner Brothers, guys. The reason why studios do that is because you can get more screens by having a certain amount of, by having certain movies be a certain runtime. That's just like been industry standard for like forever.
Theaters, you would have to do like what's that thing? Intermission or whatever.
Yeah,
like you have to take a break in between.
Like Warner Brothers and Disney and Paramount, when they get big blockbusters like that, they get to be in like 3,000, 4,000 screens. So if your movie is like 3 hours long, you would get less screens for your movie, which would automatically mean less money. And this guy is sitting here like telling his fans the most retarded shit, and they just eat it up constantly, to the point now where this guy, like I just said earlier, goes to Netflix and then does the exact same shit there. So I literally don't know what his problem was. If he's gonna allow Netflix to do the exact same shit to him that Warner Brothers did, I really don't get it. I truly don't understand. That guy is just a fucking worthless hack. I didn't watch Rebel Moon because Army of the Dead was so unbelievably bad. I was like, I'm done with this guy's movies. They're just bad. Man of Steel is not good outside of like action here and there. And I guess Michael Shannon Zod is actually pretty good. I'll give him that. He really embodied Zod very well. Outside of those two things, BVS is trash. The Zack Snyder's Justice League is boring as hell. I'd rather watch the Whedon cut. It's way faster, honestly, in my opinion. Army of the Dead is just, well, that's just fucking awful.
I mean, ultimately, I even got to a point where I don't even watch either Justice League films. You know, I would probably watch the Whedon cut more, but I tried to watch like, I knew it was like a week, 3 weeks ago. Try to watch Zack Snyder Justice League, and I kind of stopped at the opening credits. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, nah. I don't think I watch either one because both of them are like, okay, both Justice League movies. They both have good things in them. Combine them, and this would be the best Justice League movie ever. But like, both of them shits is trash. At the end of the day, you know, people was when Zack Snyder Justice came out in the Whedon cut, it was like, oh my gosh, it's so much better. Wow, so being so much better than something that's already shit is like is your bar?
Just the standards have been so low nowadays.
You can't fight to say, man, Zack Snyder Justice is better than Avengers Endgame. You know, I think Avengers Endgame is something that has its own issues, but like at least a lot of people think it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people agree that Justice League 2017 was bad, whether you're a Snyder fan or not. A lot of people did. But it's like, that's your bar. 2017 Justice League, that's your bar.
They're like,
That's
well,
where,
the least,
that's where you're so much. That's where
yeah.
you're so satisfied because it's better than an already bad movie. Damn, I would be more satisfied if my movie was better than an already good movie. Yes.
Their standard was, hey, this is complete trash, and our movie is better than complete trash. And it's like, all right, you can have that. That's what's it saying you guys in your generation have? It's a saying you guys have where it's like, that's not the W you think it is. It's not the win you guys think that shit is. That's it's what they're doing with Brave New World recently. They're like, well, Brave New World's not as bad as some of the other MCU movies. Yeah, but this one is also pretty like it's pretty meh, honestly. But it's not as bad as the Marvels, or it's not as bad as Ant-Man 3.
I didn't see it yet. I didn't care to watch it.
But
None
you're
of
not
it was
gonna support a
Anthony
brother
Mackie. I
in the
just don't
theaters.
want to watch Sam Wilson fight Red Hulk. So no, I'm not paying money for that. I wanted to see a Hulk versus Red Hulk movie. I would pay money to see that, even if it was Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. I probably still wouldn't pay to watch it. Because the only MCU films I paid to watch in theaters since Phase 4 started was Deadpool and Wolverine, No Way Home, and
with Guardians 3, I think you said you went and watch, right?
I think Black Panther 2, because I was on a date. I was on a date with Maddie that day. I think, Black Panther 2, and I think Shang-Chi. That's about it. I think I saw Shang-Chi in theaters.
So the last MCU movie you watched was Deadpool Wolverine. That's the last one?
Yep. In theater, like financially supporting, yes.
Okay.
But the only ones I really seen was like the big event multiverse ones. Even though they're not that memorable or people are talking about them as much, those are the only ones I've seen, but for obvious reasons, nostalgia.
Good Lord. Because recently with DC, you have the James Gunn Superman movie coming up. That's going to be pretty much, it has to be a big hit for Warner Brothers. Like it has to make legitimate profit for the company. Like this, they're pouring a lot of money to it. I would imagine the movie's budget's like $200 million. I would imagine, or nothing less than $100 million. And get, marketing too. Like this movie's got to be a big hit. And people are saying, well, if it's not a big hit, then it might be curtains. But I don't know, honestly, about that. Because, Man of Steel and BVS weren't the hits they were thinking, but they still kind of pushed through it. I do think even if Man of Steel isn't as a big a hit as you were thinking, they'll still end up putting out movies for the universe. Because this is like their last effort on making a cinematic universe, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think the Superman movie is gonna be fine. The only people I really see hating on it is like Snyder fans.
Yeah.
And people that supposedly, like Henry Cavill, Superman and stuff. But it's a lot of like, if you notice a lot of Henry Cavill Superman fans, it's a lot of foreigners, like people from Asia, even India. Like India has a huge Snyder market. So, but at the end of the day, people I really see hating are like Snyder fans of just the Snyder stuff in general. I think the film's gonna be fine. It's James Gunn. He doesn't have a bad track record of any of his comic book stuff doing tremendously bad yet. So, and Suicide Squad, it didn't make hundreds of millions of dollars, but it released during the pandemic, so that's the excuse that it has. It wasn't released after pandemic. It was still in the pandemic when it got released. It was released same day theaters. I couldn't even go watch it, and I was in San Francisco. So if I can't watch it in a big city such as this, of course it's not going to make money. If the big cities are not even letting you come watch it in theaters.
Also, there's a lot of asterisks to that movie that people don't even point out. So if people don't know, Will Smith has this as a thing in his acting career where like movies that he's in and then sequels that come after movies he was in the first one don't do as well. That's another thing. When Will Smith stars in a movie, the sequel to that movie that he's not in does financially worse. And the word of mouth on that Suicide Squad movie that the studio messed up for David Ayer, right? No one likes that movie. That's the reason why they didn't go see the other one, because they're like, well, I hated the other one. So why in the world would I give this movie a chance? I like the Suicide Squad that James Gunn did. That was a fantastic movie. It was a great
track record with the DC, that because it was still in the DCEU technically, it was already after Justice League 2017. It was soured. Like the only one that actually genuinely did well was Aquaman, and that's about it. I don't count Joker and the Batman because those were separate universes. It wasn't a DCU, but Aquaman directly tied to DCU. Only thing that really was a big financial hit. And other than that, yeah, Suicide Squad, I already knew it wasn't going to make money anyway. You had the pandemic on top of it. And then the fact that the track record of the universe was already bad as is. It was James Gunn, so a lot of people rated it much higher because it was a better Suicide Squad movie than the first one. But even I knew, like with Blue Beetle, I like Blue Beetle. I knew it wasn't going to make a whole bunch of money. The track record of the universe already trash. And even I had a feeling Aquaman 2 was not going to make as much money, but it did make more money than it's crazy because it ended with Aquaman 2, and basically at the end of the day, Jason Momoa made the most money out of everybody.
Still crazy to me. An Aquaman solo movie made more than a BVS team up movie, Batman Superman team up movie, a Superman solo movie, a Wonder Woman movie, a Justice League movie. That's crazy to think about at this point, you know? But then what also ended up happening was like people got to factor in that movie universe was losing so much steam in a lot of their movies. Like the movies just kept having way worse financial returns every single time. Like people already gave up with the first, I would say the first 3 movies kind of put the nail in the coffin. Like the amount of people that wanted to go see the movies rushed to go see them. And then even with Wonder Woman, it's like Wonder Woman's kind of like the outlier in that it did well. And you had Aquaman, like the first movies in that first part of the DCEU did well. Some did very well, but some of them,
it was basically at that point like just beating a dead horse. It's like just kill it, start from scratch.
Yeah, because remember, Shazam 2 came out, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, and The Flash. I stopped watching them after The Flash. I was like, I hate this movie.
Yeah, the only downside I see about this new universe, obviously, is, well, if the contracts are going to be short, because they only, for James and Peter Safran, they only have a 4-year contract until they get new CEOs to take over and continue. And I guess they only get their 4-year. But James could possibly, let's say, get a second term, as you want to call it. The only downside I see is like same downside I see with the MCU. This is going to start off good because at least you have James Gunn starting it off with something good. But over time, if it gets to the point where it gets like to Avengers Endgame where they're dominating the whole world at this point, it's a brand. We're a big brand and we are loved. We are solidified. What happened at the Endgame? Lazy, just doing anything. Just random shit, no connectivity. We don't even know if Kane's still the fucking villain. Oh no, he got replaced by Doom. Doom hasn't even been set up yet. It doesn't even look like Doom's going to be set up in this Fantastic Four movie. And Doom's about to be the end all.
We don't even know if that's going to be Victor Doom. It might just be a version of Doom that exists in their multiverse.
Yeah.
And you knew it was desperate when they brought back RDJ because their universe had been getting, like, the movies from the MCU, also box office returns not being so good. Remember at one point, the MCU, like a lot of the fans, they were looking at DC not putting out anything like that could bring people together and go to the movie theaters and stuff like that. And a lot of the MCU fans' narrative were like, well, we'll never become like DC. It reminds me of that one guy in League of Legends. It was a CEO. He had a tweet for a rival team. He said, I will sell my house, my car. I will never become like that team. MCU fans literally said, we'll never become like DC.
Yeah, no. The MCU right now, from phase 4 to now, is the DCEU. It is doing everything the DCU is doing. It's rushing stuff. It's starting stuff and not continuing. Kane starting and not continuing stuff.
Yep.
That was the main criticism of the DCEU. The main criticism. They start stuff and don't continue it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they are just jumping from place to place. You don't know when certain stuff takes place. Like a lack of connectivity. This shit doesn't even connect at this point. Deadpool and Wolverine had nothing to do with Kane. The Multiverse of Madness about the multiverse. Nothing to do with Kane.
Nothing to do with the multiverse, really.
Spider-Man No Way Home was about the multiverse. There was not one mention of Kane in that whole fucking movie. But this is called the Multiverse Saga. At least in the multiverse movies, those are your opportunities to introduce seeds of Kane to set up your villain. Out of all the, like, just imagine. Well, I'm not saying they would do this, but it seems like the MCU would do some shit like, oh, let's have Kane make a cameo in Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, if I make a cameo. Why the fuck would Kane be making a cameo in Daredevil Born Again? I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but it seems like they would be desperate enough to do some shit like that. Kane's not the villain, but hey, what if they fucking, I don't know, slide Doctor Doom and Daredevil Born Again season 2? Who fucking knows?
Well, based off what you said a while ago, which was, what we were talking about when it comes to like the MCU, is that after Endgame, their egos were so, my God, ridiculously huge. They thought they could just go and conquer like TV shows when it's like doing a TV show and doing it good for a long time is very hard. It's actually even hard doing in a movie because you have to consistently do it for many years. You're filming way more than a movie. You have way more stuff involved when it comes to TV shows. They thought they could just put out TV shows and do them for characters that really didn't need to be justified for movies. And those shows
just it was revealed. The only reason these shows were created was just to introduce characters, and it was like, well, if that's the case, then just introduce the characters in the movie.
Yeah, because the shows when we watch them,
if you're not even going to consider like, oh, let's do like a season 2 or something, or like this. Realistically, this is what they should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you're doing a Moon Knight, Midnight Suns movie. All right, let's say they already introduced Blade in the movie. Okay, there's some characters getting introduced yet, but only the characters that should be getting a movie. Okay, Doctor Strange, he's part of Midnight Suns, right? Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
Him, obviously a movie.
Could be wrong.
Moon Knight, man, he could get a TV show. Okay, you do a Moon Knight season 1 and then the Midnight Suns movie. Then after that, no, don't stop not building up the character. Do Moon Knight season 2. Because these shows, from what they revealed, were only to just introduce characters. But the show should have been there to also continue building up the character. Right? Because every character doesn't need a fucking movie. But if you're going to put them on a TV show, you can build them up to a TV show. So when you introduce them into the next movie, we're still invested because, like, damn, we saw all this stuff they dealt with in season 2 and season 1. Wow, all that shit. But they wasted time. They wasted the opportunity to do that.
All the opportunities were squandered. Like the thing with people that they don't remember is that these shows were to basically give you more of the MCU, which is not a bad idea when they announced these TV shows because the MCU was at its height. It was just after Endgame. You had Far From Home that came out. Far From Home ended phase 3, and you had the TV shows coming out. We are at that certain period with WandaVision, and a lot of people had hope for the shows. And the more you got of these shows, the more I actually just not just hate the MCU, but I just kind of loathe it because you got so many just downright awful shows. And even though I like the Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's my favorite one that I liked. Even that one had its fair share of problems. I was just like, what the fuck why is Sam Wilson why is Sam favoring a terrorist? Why is he sympathizing with the terrorist? Like, that's crazy. Like, it's so many horrible things in these shows. Moon Knight, the ones you guys mentioned, oh my God, show is trash. Loki season 1, garbage. WandaVision, not good. Hawkeye season 1, horrible. What If had, I think, the best episodes out of all the shows. The ones that were really good were really good.
Moon Knight season 1 was a travesty for thinking they can get away with having the final episode. You do your final fight with the big bad
Power Ranger style. Remember?
And then you cut away. No, they literally cut away from that shit. It was like, oh, boss fight over. Huh? What? They fought?
It felt like the girl got like a battleizer. That was a Power Rangers episode right there. Them motherfuckers ain't fooling me. Holy shit.
And then we never seen neither of them in the MCU ever again.
Yep. Like, and then what if the bad episodes were really bad?
Doomsday, which is crazy. Because, like, this is the thing. Oh my gosh, this universe is... So, I guarantee you, they're going to have these characters that showed up in one season of a show. And we only seen them for that one time. And then they're going to come back again with all this development that we've never seen. And then they're going to be doing random shit. Hell, Moon Knight might be the end-all, be-all that saves the world. It's shit. For what? You haven't even built this character up. You gave him one season of a show. Then you have this huge gap of time where we don't see the character again. And you expect us to still be invested? But people are only going to be invested because, like, people that read Moon Knight are only going to be invested because Moon Knight. People that the general audience, they're not going to give a fuck about Moon Knight. They only see one season of him, and they barely promote him.
Remember what the MCU's original narrative was? What that they took a bunch of lesser known characters and made them like household names. But people get this. They can't do that with every character because first of all, there's so many like asterisks to that. First of all, you need
Some
And
characters
people
just
always
don't
point
got it.
out, yeah, like I've always said
Even
that.
in comics, some characters just don't got it. If you notice, if you notice, if a character is not getting too many runs, they're not a hot commodity
Yeah.
that people are looking for. That's all it is. The studio will do something if people are engaging with the specific thing. That's the reason why
people bring up James Gunn, right? People bring up James Gunn. Well, James Gunn did it. Yeah, one guy doing it does not imply you need to do every single thing like that. You don't, because that's not a financially good business decision, and it's been shown that all these other random characters that have come out, no one's willing to support the movies as much as they used to. Because the reason why people did it before was because they built up so much goodwill with the fans, they would just support them no matter what. They still legitimately think they're in the narrative from phases 1 through 3. Guys, the narrative for them right now is that these movies might barely break even. That was kind of like never a conceivable thing for movies of the past that they had. Like, it was kind of expected they do well. Now it's expected that these movies might barely break even and be like financial disasters. Like, did you guys know that Thunderbolts ends phase 5? You probably didn't, because you probably stopped giving a fuck about what this universe is even doing anymore. Thunderbolts is ending phase 5 and Fantastic Four begins phase 6, or yeah, because there's no TV shows.
Friday phase 5.
Oh my god, Ant-Man 3.
Ant-Man 3.
Trash movie, utterly garbage movie.
Man,
holy fuck,
good, man. That movie was good, man. My favorite part was MODOK's little booty cheeks.
My favorite part when that shit was over. Oh no! I had one part where it was kind of like subtly implied that Kang was blowing Wasp's mom's back out. You know, she was blowing that man mouth on his whole cock in the quantum realm. Heavily implied.
I mean, think about it. And she can shrink. You know, she can just jump inside your butt.
No, her mom.
No. What I'm saying is, like, you know, yeah, she can stay big and you can do stuff with her, but she can also play with your back door and just jump inside your butt.
Oh my. Okay. Oh, okay, Diddy.
I'm saying, hear me out. Think about it. Or remember, Kang was down there with fucking termites and shit, and fucking termites and fucking other creatures and shit.
And then
he can be fucking think about it. He can be fucking something, and then he can tell Janet, jump inside my ass and play with it.
Okay.
Just like in The Boys.
Oh god. Do you think she could take BBC? What was her name? Janet? Yeah, it was her name Janet, I think it was. Wasp's mother. She was taking some BBC. She was getting blacked in the quantum realm. Holy shit.
Well, it sounds like she's messing with. Who's that fucking actor? That white dude, the white dude that was in the movie.
It was the guy running the restaurant. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
yeah.
We know. Y'all know who we're talking about.
Good gosh, man. Or because the problem with Ant-Man 3 is the thing that people forget was that this movie was supposed to introduce the new big bad to the MCU, and then that character loses to ants. So why should I be scared of this guy? Why should I be scared of him?
Mind you, it's not him losing to like some superpowered ants, but it's like, bro, Infinity War Thor would have fucking waxed all these ants. Yeah, it's just a power scaling issue. That's all it is. Because this Kang the Conqueror, we're assuming, as he said, he went to multiple universes, was already killing things. I mean, he killed multiple Thors, Wandas. Probably multiple different. Well, that's if in the MCU, if Galactus is like what they call them in the MCU, anchor beings, like not like not an anchor being, a nexus being. Like you can only find one kind of this, like what Dr. America Chavez was. Meaning he probably killed a Galactus. He killed multiple Ghost Riders, and we know how powerful Ghost Rider is. He was killing multiple universes with these people in it that protected universes. And you're telling me you lost to superpowered ants. You lost to things that Thor would one shot with his fucking Thunderbolt. Like, come on, man. And you're telling me you can beat Thor.
I would say this, but nothing is worse than She-Hulk. That show was terrible. That actually made me stop watching the shows. I watched like episode 6 and I was like, I'm done. This is just too bad. I actually just straight up
if they actually like built up then these different types of variety of TV shows that they was doing and they did it well, then maybe it would have worked. Like it was a sitcom. and it's just like any other thing in a universe, which is going to be drastically different. They couldn't even pull that off right. You would think with the MCU, with as much as fun as they want to have, could have pulled off a sitcom, but they didn't. It was a sitcom that wasn't funny, and it was just meh. Like, it was just meh story wise. I also think the show was confused on what it actually wanted to be. I think they watched Deadpool 1 and was like, oh, let's just do random shit. Like,
yeah, like, so bad, man. She-Hulk, oh my goodness. Like, that was the show I just gave up on. And then after that came like Secret Invasion. People didn't like that. Echo came out. Everyone forgot that exists. What else came out? Loki season 2. I didn't bother watching that because I hated season 1. Season 1 was trash. And then after that, we had what? Daredevil Born Again. I haven't watched Daredevil Born Again, so because I didn't even watch the Netflix show.
I'm catching up. I'm on Daredevil season 3, so I can't really watch Born Again yet. Because Born Again is technically a sequel. It's technically season 4.
God, man. So we're now at this point where the MCU is kind of just. Would you say overall it's kind of like lost its luster, like the mass appeal it has, because the numbers are showing it just kind of.
Oh yeah, no, it's to me, I think it's a complete disaster right now.
What do you think they should do? Because we know Secret Wars is going to potentially soft reboot it, like.
Yeah, the only thing we can hope is that phase 7 to 9 gets back to focusing on good writing and the connectivity again, because Secret Wars and the fucking Doomsday are going to be carried by the cameos. It's going to be carried by the special guest appearances we're going to see. Because by the time you get to this, the narrative is going to fucking suck so bad. It can be a good movie, but the overall narrative is going to fucking suck.
Yeah.
RDJ is Doom. What other shit established him? We're about to watch the end-all be-all villain.
He only came back because he knew that they needed a big face for Doomsday, because if you look at the Doomsday cast, a lot of that is just filled with people that you just like the whole member berry shit. Just the person that you remember.
You have the guy from X-Men 2 that's going to be that guy. I guarantee you this. They had him in the lineup, and I fucking guarantee you this. He's not even going to have a big, important role in the movie.
They brought back James Marsden as Cyclops. No one likes that. Nobody. I like James Marsden.
I dislike James Marsden as Cyclops. I dislike him always looking bitchy.
Nobody liked his Cyclops. That's the out of all the X-Men characters you could bring back from that universe, you're gonna bring back James Marsden Cyclops. Nobody liked that dude.
I mean, to be fair, it's not his fault with the material. Him acting as Cyclops, I thought was good. The problem was them cucking Cyclops and making him downplaying him just to gas up Wolverine. But we understand why they gassed up Wolverine. I don't agree with it, but they did. They was gassing up Wolverine just to downplay the other X-Men.
Like, it's one of those things where, like I think Anthony Mackie said recently that Doomsday is going to give people that old Marvel MCU feel again. He said that
it might, because you're bringing back. Well, it's not just the characters. It's like we're about to see the people, the actors and stuff that we watched in the first 3 phases all return again in this big movie.
Yeah, the thing is, he said that about his movie. He said his movie was kind of a return to form for Marvel, and it was like that return to form. We got a lot to learn there. Good Lord, man. I do hope they can get their shit together.
For Brave New World, I probably would have watched it if they actually had the Russo brothers direct it and the writers from Civil War and Winter Soldier working on it.
You guys aren't a little excited for Fantastic Four?
I did like the recent trailer. Am I more excited than Superman? No. The Fantastic Four movie has a lot to prove to me because we never really had a great Fantastic Four movie. The first 2005 one was good. Is it great? No. Is it good? Yes. But we don't have that great one yet. We don't have that one that's like,
oh wow, yeah.
Fantastic Four is for the general audience to say like Fantastic Four are fucking cool. Because I'm not saying Fantastic Four isn't cool. They're cool in the comics. They're cool in the Marvel universe. But when it comes to live action, no.
Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. You know what's crazy? That the MCU fans so badly wanted John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic. They cameoed him in Multiverse of Madness. it's weird how they went from that, and he wasn't even given good material in that movie, to then you're downgrading to Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic. I just don't see that logic there. Like, why not?
I mean,
They're supposed to look the same.
I wouldn't say he's a downgrade. He probably
Aren't the variants supposed to look the same? I thought the variants are supposed to look the same.
No, variants look different.
Okay, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, it depends. Like all the Kangs, well, no, even some of the Kangs look different.
They're black.
Remember when they tried to throw in like? I'm trying to remember. Okay, no. I think that was our criticism. I think it was people's criticism because in Loki, right, you had the different Loki variants, even the alligator Loki. But you watch something like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, all his variants are the same. But they were trying to say Doctor Strange is like a Nexus being, so all of his variants are going to look the same, but it's like every single one looks the same. Like even in No Way Home, all the Spider-Mans are all Peter Parker. They look
that happened in DC too. Remember when they had the shows that tapped into the multiverse? The variants of the same heroes still look the same. So I would assume that, hey, if you're going to do a Fantastic Four movie, you put John Krasinski in it. That's the Reed Richards that we just saw in Multiverse of Madness. So like you said earlier, no continuity with that. It's like, what are you doing? But this is apparently in an alternate timeline. But it's like, what? How does that change anything though? I would expect the person that I saw in Multiverse of Madness to look the same, because isn't that a variant of Reed Richards from a different Earth as well? Like that's why it's so confusing with the MCU now adding like a multiverse element. You know what I mean? All this shit just gets jumbled and confused.
Is them overcomplicating all the little things with the multiverse too? Like it's too much moving parts with how the time it works. Yeah, even DC's time travel might be complicated. Like there's obviously different ways to travel through time, but when you start adding too many different things that don't line up with each other on how people can travel through time, you make it more confusing. This is my thing with time travel movies. When you make it so overcomplicated to the point where people are getting frustrated and like they're actually genuinely arguing it and taking it so fucking serious, you lost the plot. Like just keep it simple. You can still make something complicated, but enough for people to understand, enough for people to talk about it and have genuine conversations for years as fans just discussing it for fun. You know, like Butterfly Effect. Good, not really time travel, but a good time travel film. But Back to the Future, perfect time travel film. You can understand it. It's not too complicated. There's still questions that people have about it that come up in conversations, but other than that, it is solid.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to bring up was gaming. Was the last thing for a little bit. So, how you feeling about gaming recently? You still game more mostly on Xbox more, don't you?
Yep, I'm fucking back, man. I haven't been this excited this year to play video games ever again. You know.
What are you playing first?
What?
Because I'm saying, what's going to be the primary game console you have, or you just going to game on PC more?
Xbox and my PC.
Okay, I thought you had a PS5 too.
I sold it because all the Sony games, all the Sony exclusives are coming to PC, or they're coming to PC, and I'm already on the Microsoft ecosystem.
You have Game Pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Game Pass is way better than the system Sony uses. Like with Game Pass, you can play original Xbox games. You can play some 360 games. There's still more games they can add, but you can play all these games. It's like for what, $15 a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing too, I'm doing it with Assassin's Creed Shadows. So when they released it day of, Xbox has a system. They have the Xbox Cloud Gaming. I can go on my computer right now. I don't even have to download anything. Just type in Xbox Cloud Gaming. It takes you to the gaming website, and you can stream your games from the website. You can literally stream your games. As long as you got Game Pass, you can stream your games. And Assassin's Creed Shadows released the same day of release. Xbox lets you play your copy digitally from anywhere. I can be at work and I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I can just log into my laptop, get my controller, and play it from my laptop. and it wouldn't require too much power to do so. So,
okay. Are you gonna get? Do you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna be $100 on Game Pass when it drops?
On Game Pass, not.
No, because it's rumored that GTA 6 just might be coming out be $100.
Maybe. Like, I mean, look, I will say this. I will say this. Do I agree with that being the price? No. If it's Rockstar, because they put out some quality games. But this is the thing. People
they did Red Dead, right? They did Red Dead too.
I'm getting it anyways. I mean, well, I can't complain because I have a job, right? And MSK has a job. A lot of people who are working, I'll be, hey, I'm not complaining. I can pay for it. I can afford it. I don't make a lot of money, but I can pay for it. I'm not going to do that with just any game. Not just any game. Not just any game should be $100. If you're trying to sell me $100 game and the game only lasts for 5 hours, like that's the playtime for like the story mode. No. I don't even think Spider-Man 2 should have been $70 for a 13-hour story mode. I like Spider-Man 2, but 13
and no DLC content. They announced it's not gonna have DLC content, which you would think for a Spider-Man game you would make DLC content because, dude, that's how you know that game did not perform financially very well. They literally basically tried to get away from it as fast as possible. That's crazy. You would think like a Spider-Man game would sell very well, but you know what I found back in the day? That Ultimate Spider-Man game.
It only sold on one platform too.
Yeah, remember that Ultimate Spider-Man game back in the day? That one didn't sell very well. I think so. Yeah, PlayStation 2. Yeah, one of them. Yeah. Damn. Because it always. That's what I always tell people. Sometimes having.
I never really got to play that one.
I was going to tell people like quality doesn't always imply sales. Like there's always something that could go wrong when it comes to like selling a product, though. Like with it recently, gaming is just. Man, I still love playing games, but I'm pretty sure you saw the Switch 2 shit. Are you gonna get a Switch 2, or you just rather just have a Steam Deck?
Nah, I just want Nintendo to make a home console for me, where just like my Xbox, because I do most of my gaming. I don't really do it on the go. I don't even really play mobile games like that. I like to be comfortable in my home. If they make a dedicated console that's like just this, like bring back some shit like GameCube, like do your handheld stuff, but bring back consoles like GameCube. A home system, you just leave it at home, just like my Xbox, and I can just play it. And it's powerful. And your games, you can do a little bit more. That's all. But the only games I really played on Switch was Smash Brothers and the 2 new Legend of Zelda games, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Those were the only ones I played. That's why I got rid of my Switch.
So for me, I think this is what it comes down to. I understand people's arguments with like the $90 game price point, but you have to understand when it comes to
those games shouldn't be like Mario Kart $90. No, like it looks good, but it looks like the Mario Kart game that released
it's like Mario Kart 8. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. Yeah,
like what is an open world Mario Kart game now? Like it just looks like another Mario Kart racing game. You tell me this jumped up to $100 for you to make?
But that's the thing, though. I expect things to go up in value over time with a newer thing come out. Regardless. Yeah, but that's what people don't get. It's like prices are going to go up on things regardless of the time of the year. Like every single time there's like a new iteration. Every single time a new iPhone drops, that shit is way more expensive than the previous one, but people expect things I don't know why the average person expects prices to stay the same. That's never been really a thing, unless you're talking about like Arizona tea, which has always been $1. Outside of Arizona tea, what has honestly always been the same price?
The only way price is going down is if, I don't know, we start to turn into some like dystopian society or whatever. That's the only thing that's the only way I can see it.
I would expect Nintendo to charge more money though, because like if they're looking at the landscape and like everything has gone up in price, yeah, you could be that cheaper console on the market, but if people are gonna buy it regardless, like why would you sell it for less though? Because like people are gonna complain about the price, but we know a lot of people are gonna buy it though. And keep in mind, the Nintendo consoles on average compared to PlayStation and Xbox are out longer. So the Switch was out what late 2017 to like now 2025. That's 8 years. So if the Switch 3 ain't drop until 2033, that's 8 years of having that thing out there. Like the sales are going to be incredible on that. Like the Switch became like what the second highest selling game console of all time. Now PS2 was still the highest one up there. It's like people are going to buy the Switch 2. I guarantee it's going to sell very well. And keep in mind, when we're looking at it 8 years from now, that shit's probably going to be like one of the highest selling game consoles, unless the Wii U happens again for Nintendo. Then I'll be wrong on that, but I don't think so, man. I think people are going to end up buying it. There's just no way.
Oh, no. If people are going to buy it, I wouldn't care if they do. I mean, I'm not spending $90 for no Nintendo Switch, especially if I own, mainly because when I had the Switch 1, I only played just 2 Zelda games.
Yeah, and Smash Bros. You said, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, and mind you, that already tells you guys how I feel about Nintendo games. I'm not that invested into them. So why the fuck would I buy a Switch? Now, maybe I might buy a Switch 2 just to play the next Legend of Zelda game like Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. But then I'm probably going to sell it again when I eventually get bored and just sell it again. And then when the next console comes, I'll buy it for a little bit and then move on to the next game.
Oh,
now, quickly with Microsoft, for me, I've been on the Microsoft ecosystem since the 360. Like, all of my games are saved on here, so this is why I haven't let go of Microsoft. Like, my whole ecosystem is here. All of my games, my data from my older games, 360 games that I have, is all stored on here. So, yeah, I'm about to keep this. I have a huge catalog of games on my system from over time.
I mean, you could end up like The Last of Us, and Sony just can't stop remastering. They should have remastered every year for The Last of Us. Did you not see what they're doing recently with it? The new Steelbook edition. Oh my god, that's the thing. So remember the whole PS5 Pro? That's the thing too. Is people need to understand the people that are huge fans of these brands like Nintendo and Microsoft and Sony or PlayStation, they're gonna buy that newest thing. It's gonna be a lot of money, but they're gonna be buying it. Like, they know someone's gonna. Why anyone would buy a PS5 Pro is retarded. I don't know why you'd buy that. That makes no sense to buy when we know a PS6 is on the horizon, like another Xbox console is on the horizon. Yeah. So do you think with Xbox? Do you think with Xbox they're gonna do like the whole handheld thing? Because Sony's talking about doing that too. Like,
they are. I mean, because. Okay, that's why I said you gotta look into Xbox Cloud Gaming. If you look at the Xbox like Play Anywhere system now, you can literally like load up cloud gaming on your phone and play your games there for like they're pretty much dipping into. They're still going to make consoles, but they're not really caring too much. It's like, well, let's just make them accessible for people to play anywhere at this point, like from their laptop, their phone, iPad, I guess. I don't fucking know. Their tablet. They just, as long as they have an Xbox controller, they can play
it. Hey, MSK. I heard you and Vaughn got married in Vegas. No, I did not get married in Vegas. There was a lot of fun in Vegas, but what's the old saying with Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas kind of thing, you know?
I hope you got your dick wet in Vegas. What?
I had a lot of sex with a few girls, ended up blowing their backs out, made them blow their loads, and then I unloaded in them, and then I left, and I came home in my Lamborghini. You don't...
As we were saying, what was we talking? We was talking about Xbox, yes.
Yeah.
And that's like even and mind you, PlayStation. The reason why I really did sell my PS5 console, guys, the PlayStation games are going to my PC now. So
yeah, they announced they're going to be doing a multi-platform strategy. Like Square Enix was like, we're not going to be just doing Final Fantasy on just exclusively on Sony anymore. The market, I think, is going to. I think some of these guys are going to be doing.
It does not make sense financially. The only thing you sell is the console, and that's it. Okay, if they obviously want the console to sell because they're making the console. Granted, cool, but you still want to sell the game and get out to a large market of people. So put it on multiple platforms.
Yeah, I never got the idea.
On Nintendo, just putting it on Xbox is enough to increase your sales for that.
Yeah,
You release
I never
those
got the
in-
idea of the whole console exclusive kind of thing. I think in theory it works, but in actual practicality, it just kind of doesn't make sense when you're trying to get to a wider, audience. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's like the Xbox guy who runs it right now. I forgot. It's not that black lady anymore. They have a new president now. He's like,
Spencer.
yeah, he's like, I want to have it on all the platforms. They're probably not going to do as many console exclusives moving forward. Makes sense.
You have more people. You have more people invested in making PCs now. Hell, kids nowadays are literally building their own PCs. So yeah, we need to get this shit on PC too. The markets of the gaming market is changing. You need to get this stuff and adapt with the times of what people are using. People are using fucking smartphones now. Like trying to do anything that does not really involve the smartphone. Stop. It's not going to work. You're aiming for a niche audience. Like let's say someone tried to bring back fucking flip phones. Like, no. Nobody wants to play with that shit. Or trying to bring back keyboards attached to the phone. No.
Ooh, I heard that, yeah. Or like with gaming, it's not even just the games. The problems that people have is like game releases buggy day one constantly. The games aren't as long. They have this like microtransaction. They try to be a bunch of multiplayers. Like I think the single player aspect of games needs to come back. Everything has to be some sort of like online multiplayer microtransaction DLC. What? Just too much. The game, in my opinion, should go back to being simplistic like it used to be, and feel more complex when you go through the games. Actually, And the AAA games, the budgets have to be calmed down. These games are costing so much money now. Like, what the hell has been going on? What are you spending money on? Like, you saw what happened with Concord. Do you remember? Concord came out for 2 weeks. And they're like, close shop. We're done.
I'm not gonna hold you. That's why I was, dude. I've been literally playing Shadows like almost every single fucking day.
Do you like the new Assassin's Creed game?
Yeah, I mean, for a game, my only issue so far is some of the facial animations. No, not the facial animations. The fact that in RPG games, how when you're in the cutscenes, like the characters are talking and they seem stiff. So the game has a canon mode, but the game was made originally with the RPG format. Pick your own dialogue. So you're always going to have that wait time, that awkward wait time where you sit there and just go like, all right, click. It has that in this game, but the canon mode just goes through the dialogue. But the canon mode also doesn't factor in the fact that it still has the RPG format with the dialogue in there. Where some of the characters, they might take longer to respond to something because they're waiting for you to choose your dialogue.
I don't know what else is going to be coming out, honestly.
But other than that, no,
big releases.
I like the game. It feels like a next gen game to me, especially with the weather dynamic. The graphics are fucking crazy.
Let's see what else is coming out. I forgot they had that game direct a while ago. They had like Ninja Gaiden and a bunch of other things they announced too. Like the thing is now is, did you ever play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero?
Yeah, it's okay. I would have preferred.
The hype for it just died out completely. It was super hyped. It came out and no one pretty much cares.
And I think that's why I don't buy fighting games like that. Someone got it for me as a gift, but I'm not really playing as much. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot was more interesting to me. I would have wanted Xenoverse 3 instead.
Did you play Avowed?
No.
Okay. What other ones came out? We had
I did get Dragon's Dogma 2. That also has been fun playing.
Okay. Damn. Feels like you want to just make love to me right now. Looking hot and juicy over there.
I did buy Split Fiction. I need to finish that. I bought that game. But and play with like 2 people, so yeah.
Let's see. Make room. It said right here, coming soon to Game Pass. This is what's coming soon. Oh. I don't think anyone ever playing. Who's playing SpongeBob games? Who the fuck doing that?
Oh yeah. On Game Pass, it came out with a new Patrick. Yeah, I'm about to play that shit.
You got.
I don't know. It's Patrick, motherfucker. I'm gonna play that shit.
Towerborn
and then they put GTA
Expedition.
5 on Game Pass too. See, that's what I'm talking about. You got GTA 5 on Game Pass, and all you need is $15 to play it. $15.
You can't beat that. Like, damn, imagine that shit dropping on Game Pass, and you literally could just get that for like $15. That's crazy, honestly. And then what else is coming out? Don't we have we have the Marvel vs. Capcom like collection? I noticed with a lot of fighting games, the older ones, they're putting them into like these collections and stuff. But
yeah.
Oh goodness gracious, what else is there? No, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, last few things I'll ask you, man, is do you have anything planned coming up that you would like to let the audience know about? Anything you want to say?
Anything planned? Well, all I want to say is this. I want to make a movie. So that is something I am kind of interested in working on right now.
Like making an indie movie?
No, I mean, I don't know, like a short 30-minute movie.
Like one of those porns. You want to get into the adult film
industry? Hey! I wouldn't be against film and porno.
I'm just saying, man. Like, I could literally stroke for a good 10 times, 5 minutes straight.
Well, the only downside of potentially working in the porn industry is that you won't know if you'll be recording a minor. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure you just ask their age.
People lie about their ages.
That's true. That's true. That's why you only go to strip clubs and get those women and convince those women that you're gonna make it big in the industry and rizz them up. That's what I did. God damn. Good Lord, man.
I mean, but hey,
I forgot. Coming out in July, you have Jurassic Park 7. That might also beat Superman 2. Because those movies generally do pretty well. Like the last trilogy made a lot of money. So I really don't know. I hope James Gunn can get a win. I hope.
I think they're all gonna make good money. Like I said, the one that needs to prove itself the most to me is Fantastic Four. Superman, I'm not too worried about. Not because it's like no DC bias shit. I'm not too worried because we don't have a track record of bad Superman movies. I think the only two ones that aren't good is Superman 3 and 4. And then you got Returns. Like Man of Steel, genuinely, it's not bad. It's okay, but it's not bad. It's not like horrible. Shit, it's better than fucking BVS.
Good Lord. Superman Returns. Well, I'm never watching that movie ever again. I can't do it. Good gosh.
I did watch again and I did. It could be better, but not bad.
The simp Superman stuff. Oh my God. Good Lord, man. The Lois Lane. I forget who she was. The Lois Lane they casted was off. I remember that.
Yeah, the super. I'll be honest with you. I don't look at the chemistry the same way you look at it. For Superman and Lois in that movie, that Lois, her chemistry, she wasn't really a good match for Brandon Routh.
Yeah, like I like the chemistry that Tyler Hoechlin had with the lady who plays. Yeah, man, they have great chemistry. Man, that show, I have to finish it. I only watched the first 2 seasons, but that show was really good. That was just like, can't believe we had a great Superman that came out on the CW that DC couldn't give us.
Yeah, a solid Superman show and didn't even finish it.
God, man. I'm just good looking and rich like that. Man, dude, this girl grabbed me and started blowing my asshole out, like putting her tongue all in my shit. Like, what can I do, man?
Lazy niggas.
Oh my God, man. Jeez. Did you ever end up finishing any of the comic books out, or you still hadn't finished Woman of Tomorrow?
I haven't really started it yet. I kind of get wait. I got it right here. Yeah. Well, I'm making sure I finish these Superman ones first before the movie comes out, because the new movie's based off Superman for All Seasons. Well, I mean, this is one of the inspirations for the movie. And,
wait, pull that back up again for All Seasons. I was gonna buy that off Amazon. That's the trade. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was good. Yeah, I'll have to buy that. Yeah. Okay. Good gosh.
But yeah, now I think I'll probably be Superwoman, Woman of Tomorrow, like, you know, closer to the release of the movie.
Okay, and then
But
after that, I will ask you: do you want to make love to a hot man like me?
already did.
It's Tuesday. I'm trying to get my back blown out. I'm trying to get destroyed. Holy shit, man. Oh, before we go, two more things. Are you gonna go watch Sinners? That new Ryan Coogler movie.
I might.
I'm hearing some really good things about it. I might actually go watch it. Doesn't look that bad. I think I saw like bad. Half the trailer.
I'm not too fond of Ryan Coogler, but he makes solid movies still regardless. So I might go watch it. It doesn't look bad. But because I hope you saw it because it's a fucking dope ass vampire movie. But
I gotta make time for it.
Did you watch Nosferatu?
No, I didn't even watch the original. I have to go. I've been so busy. I do want to watch Sinners. I've been hearing so many good things about it.
You're fucking horny ass for like Nosferatu. Shit.
What did I do? I'm just a black man just trying to please the world, man, with my riz.
Like, if you watch Nosferatu, it's a solid vampire movie.
Is it like one of those movies that like draw out way too long?
No. It's interesting because it's a freaky ass vampire movie.
Okay.
No. It's a freaky ass vampire movie. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some freaky shit going on.
Yeah, no, not freaky shit. MSK. I'm talking about horny vampire. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just pointing out.
So fucking good, man.
I'm just pointing out. I have had sex with so many women at this point. My brain is fried. I've had sex with almost 120 women.
Oh, you're
all their backs out. Says, do you think Hasbro teaming up with Disney for Power Rangers was a good idea? I will say this.
I mean, Disney did have the best Power Rangers era, but remember that is Super Sentai stuff, so it's already kind of established. But their era with Power Rangers was not bad. It wasn't, but still, I want to be honest with you. I think Disney is the best people to handle Power Rangers, because to have that family-friendly superhero team while still being cool as fuck, I think they're the ones who can do the best balance to bring it to life. Like the perfect amount of corny and the perfect amount of seriousness. Just like, I mean, honestly, make it like an Avengers 1 type of movie as far as like the humor and stuff goes and the serious stuff and balancing it out. Yeah, I think it'd be a hit.
My thing here is like people are thinking, oh, this is the Disney that made like Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder and SPD and Mystic Force, a lot of like real like crazy fan favorite ones that came like after like Mighty Morphin. And I agree, they made some really good seasons. Like SPD, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm, I really love those. Those are in my top 10. I like those seasons a lot. But that Disney from back then is not the Disney we have now. The Disney we have now makes some horrendous shit, like really, really bad. So that's why I'm kind of concerned, because like the Disney of the past made some, like RPM's great. That was the last one they did. That was really, really good. Like
mid. The Ranger is cool though.
God, Mystic Force is the definition of mid. God, man.
A lot of people would disagree with you in this game.
Good. Because the opening, really, I like the Mystic Force opening. It was awesome. I did not watch Operation Overdrive.
Fucking weak ass opening.
Oh my gosh. Operation Overdrive, didn't watch that one. Because
I did like Operation Overdrive.
Isn't that what considered like one of the worst ones of the whole thing?
Of the Disney era? Well, I don't consider it one of the worst, but as far as like, because man, to me, I think RPM's the weakest in the Disney era.
That's crazy. Such good story.
No, not fucking. Ooh, no.
There's Jungle Fury?
What's that bullshit ninja one? Jungle Fairy.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Wait,
That was
was that Disney era still?
yeah. Jungle Fury was before RPM. Yeah,
That shit was trash. Even their
Jungle.
fucking suits, their suits is trash. That shit look like fucking pajamas.
Like the whole Neo Saban era with like samurai, those were all forgettable. Like literally the only thing talked about in that era is like the shit they messed up with the great, like it was like
Samurai
a war or
was the
whatever.
only good thing from the Nickelodeon era.
It had so much potential too. Even that one's kind of like mid when you really think about it too. Sometimes it's like has good elements to it, but it just kind of falls flat.
I think it's better than fucking RPM. Wow. I think it's better than a lot of Power Ranger seasons. Samurai. Well, I think it's just as good as OG Power Ranger seasons, mainly because the team dynamic and stuff.
But like Megaforce, the only thing that's really remembered about it is the whole like getting to the big giant battle. But Megaforce is so bad. That
cast was what went downhill was the Power Rangers cast. Like the cast started becoming just not engaging for me.
I think they just ran it down. I think they're just there for a paycheck. There was no chemistry in that group. Just doing it for the money. They're like, man, we hit it big in Hollywood. We get to be in Power Rangers.
But the last time I could say I seen a good Red Ranger was Jaden from Samurai. I can't say that about the seasons after Samurai. Like the last good Ranger came from a show that, you know.
I think you're right. Probably the last decent Red Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, Jaden's the last good Red Ranger we seen.
The White Man, I figured. Yep, leave it to the White Man to still keep that title, the best Ranger. That Dino Charge one wasn't doing it for me. It was the Hispanic guy, I think. Not the curly hair.
The Black Red Rangers, some of them. I mean, no, the Black Red Ranger from SPD, he's probably better than majority of the Red Rangers we've got.
Oh yeah. Jack was good. Yeah. Like, you know what sucks is that at least it was a Ninja Steel. They had that like big crossover where Power Rangers a multiverse where they went through all the different dimensions to go back home after they defeated the enemy. It's kind of cool that we at least have that moment before JDA passed away. You know, they had that nice moment together because like JDA being gone.
That's why I did like the Power Rangers once. Was it
Once and Always?
I forgot to do Once and Always.
Yeah, that's the next special. Yeah.
I like the only downside is, you know, Jason wasn't back. He's dealing with his legal, the whole ramifications of that legal shit and his in the fandom. I think that's part of the reasons he didn't come back with just his status in the fandom because it's kind of like mixed. Jason David Frank passed away. Kimberly, you know, actually played Kimberly. She didn't return. It was weird because it was only Billy and Zach.
I liked Catherine more. I like Catherine more than Kimberly. That's always been me. I thought Catherine was just a much better character than Kimberly.
Oh no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I wish more of the OG cast came back.
Yeah.
And they kind of just really focused more on making it about Trini not being alive anymore, and they're, you know, doing their best to honor her and continue it and raise her daughter up as, you know, next upcoming Ranger for the next upcoming Yellow Ranger. I did like the daughter though. I thought it was cool. Yeah, Once and Always I was the next on Power Ranger related thing that I was really only engaged in.
Because you know what's crazy? When that dropped, that was 2023 or 2024 when that dropped. That was 2023, I think, when Once and Always dropped, and that season called Cosmic Fury or whatever. We went through basically now 2024. Well, like the first year that we haven't gotten a new Power Rangers anything. It feels crazy. It feels like every single year we kind of get something from Power Rangers. It feels kind of odd not having it be a yearly thing. It used to be a yearly thing.
But also, wait. Is Power Rangers at the point where they had to stop using Sentai footage too? Like, when did they stop using Sentai stuff?
I don't know, honestly. Because I know for Cosmic Fury, they wanted to like not use as much Sentai footage, but you know.
I think that's why they also like kind of gave up, because Sentai really gave them their content. And if they can't use Sentai footage anymore, or you know, you want to engage in it, yeah, they're going to hit a fucking like roadblock with their creativity. Because this thing, they built up they literally could have kept going with how big the Power Ranger universe is, and the fact that they changed the Ranger cast every season.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something different you can do. It definitely gets more complicated. It's like, damn, where the fuck all these Power Rangers coming from? God damn it! And what does shit take? Because there's some stuff in the Power Rangers lore. I'm not sure if some of these shows are in different universes. Some of these are in the same universe at different points in time. Like how SPD and Dino Thunder, same universe. SPD is just years ahead of Dino Thunder. And then Mighty Morph, like I don't want to dive too. Damn, this universe, even the Power Rangers universe is complicated. Because when the fuck does Mighty Morphin take place? Because Mighty Morphin is taking place in the same universe where you got Samurai. Yeah,
RPM's in its own thing. Yeah, like Power. Even the comic books are like that too. They God damn. Like even Power comic books are also just as convoluted as well. Like it's one of these things where I hope they can kind of
do a timeline breakdown for Power Rangers.
Because this is what I wanted to get to a point where what are you kind of setting up for the universe? Like, do you want to all? Because I do generally get the sentiment a little bit. Maybe it's not the popular opinion that they kind of overuse Mighty Morphin. They do it with every toy line. Remember, like the toy line recently is going to relaunch, but it's going to start with Mighty Morphin first. It's like, goddamn, how many more times is Mighty Morphin going to get the benefit? Not benefit of the doubt. It'll be like the peripheral treatment. But I understand Mighty Morphin probably sells the best, so that would make sense from a business point of view that you want to make Mighty Morphin stuff. But like, goddamn, can any other better Power Ranger series eat beside Mighty Morphin? Like, is there any other series you care for? So Mighty Morphin, guys, you yourself said Samurai is better. I can name you 5 better seasons than Mighty Morphin.
I don't think Samurai is better than Mighty Morphin. I think Samurai is just as good as Mighty Morphin. I think it's up there.
Yeah, but you would probably name like 3 or 4 better seasons than Mighty Morphin that should be given like, some love. Don't give any love to any season. It's crazy.
Dino Thunder, Wild Force,
yeah,
SPD.
Time Force, Lost Galaxy, Space are there.
Oh, Jungle Fury. No.
Okay, that's going a little too far there. That show can stay in the trash. If that never got any love, I'd be really happy. Oh gosh. So last thing I'll ask you, man, which is do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular? Anything else you want to say before we head out, actually?
I don't know. Shouts out to my homies. They know who they are. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to the people that, been watching us for years. Tony, WZ, Chaz,
yeah. Shouts
out to everybody that's still cool with us, cool with each other, still coming through to our chats and everything. And, as I told you guys, I'm at a different point with making content. I make it when I feel like it. I'm not really out of doing the YouTube stuff, but me promising less things that I know I don't want to do is just beneficial for my life, instead of trying to promise things to people and I'm not truly invested into doing it. Because if I'm not committed to doing it, then I wouldn't expect y'all to commit to me doing it. So I'm only going to do it when I feel like it.
So you're basically just like Toei with Dragon Ball at this point. Just
when we do something with it, we do something with it. Shit.
Next time we talk, we gotta talk about Dragon Ball because there's so much bullshit going on with that. My brain's gonna explode. I might actually rant so hard.
What is it, drama and shit?
No, just the way they're treating Dragon Ball. Like, man, we still haven't finished Super yet. The manga's still slow as fuck. I get it. Toriyama passed away. I understand.
They gotta make sure they move differently. Well, they have to move fucking carefully. Now that Toriyama died, they can't just do any fucking thing anymore. They have to move very carefully with how they handle Dragon Ball. Even if it feels like if Toei is slightly pulling some disrespectful shit to the Dragon Ball franchise, they're fucked.
Yeah, next time we're on, we'll talk about all things Dragon Ball because, as you guys know, there has been some interesting developments with Dragon Ball, as you guys know recently. Like, this is what I'll say for people. I wouldn't expect the Dragon Ball Super anime to come back anytime soon to adapt the finished arcs. I think Dragon Ball might just be in manga-only format for, let's just say, many years to come. I wouldn't hold your breath for new Dragon Ball stuff, is what I'm saying. Dragon Ball might come back anytime soon. Just pointing out right now. And they might actually make a Dragon Ball Daima Season 2 faster than they would bring back Super. Maybe Super. Here's the thing. I think maybe the reason why he made Daima was because maybe in Toriyama's eyes, Super didn't come out the way he thought it was going to come out. Maybe it came out.
Well, he wasn't even really overseeing a lot of Super.
Hmm.
That's another thing too. Like you can tell he wasn't.
He had a lot of production problems too. Remember? Oh my god, dude.
Yeah. But also, I mean, I hope we don't get a Diamond season 2. I hope they just get back to like focusing into the Super section of Dragon Ball. But you know, he obviously, I don't know. He probably didn't know he was. Obviously, he knew he was sick, and he probably thought like, you know, yeah. Let me just give him something. Let me give him something good just in case if something comes up. He gave us Super Saiyan 4 finally. Way better design than the GT Super Saiyan 4. Not saying the Super Saiyan 4 design was bad, but I like this new one better. I do. And
did you like Ultra Vegeta 1?
Shit, finally. Well, this is the thing. I don't think it breaks lore. I think Daima has a lot like the Super Saiyan 4 shit. It was cool. Does not make sense with the lore after watching Super. Because why didn't Goku ever tap into Super Saiyan 4 when he was fighting Beerus?
It makes sense for Super Saiyan 3, but
yeah,
because it would make sense for Super Saiyan 4 to be there.
We only knew that Super Saiyan 3 was Goku's peak Super Saiyan form at that moment. He didn't hit no other.
Yeah, no, I was agreeing with what you were saying because like you would use Super Saiyan 4 because Super Saiyan 3 uses all the stamina problems that Goku.
Well, not even that. It was like, okay, remember when he first met Beerus? He showed him all of his forms, and he showed him his latest. Like, this is one.
Right? Yeah.
So why didn't you go Super Saiyan 4? Even if he still lost, I'm not saying he would have won.
Yeah, because it wouldn't change anything.
Goku was trying to show us, the audience, like, this is my peak. This is where I'm at. And damn, he just kicked me at my peak. Your peak was Super Saiyan 4. Where the fuck was it at? That's right. It was not a thought yet because but you know, like I said, but that was more so probably on Toei and them. I mean, even then, Toriyama didn't have to introduce the Super Saiyan 4 into the canon because you know but I'm gonna give him a pass. He fucking died. I'm gonna give him a pass. He fucking died.
And he had been already. I love Toriyama, but he'd been fried on ideas for years, guys. He didn't even remember what color Trunks' hair originally was, even though he could literally just go online and just pull up what it looks like.
And I'll be honest with you. I mean, just us being YouTubers, I understand how they forget shit. Because even I forgot some videos I made, and people like, "Hey, remember that video? Oh, I made that. Oh, fuck. Wow,
I forgot Trunks was buff. Remember, where did Trunks' muscles go? He just gone. They're just gone. He forgot how he drew Trunks. It was crazy.
Oh no, that was just the super art style. Because all the characters got slimmer. Even Vegeta was slimmer. Goku was slimmer. That was just the art style itself. I mean, technically, they still buff his shit. But yeah, the super art style. The art style for the first 5 episodes way better than the fucking later episodes. That shit literally downgraded, and then it went back to being quality and a tournament of power, which is crazy.
Well, guys,
that wasn't even the best arc from Super, but
oh god, what is? Damn, Super had some. There's too many highs and lows with Super. Like, man. You'll have to just go over that later on in another show because goddamn, Super had so many fucking problems. But yeah, guys, just to let you guys know, you know, whenever we do the MSK show episodes on the weekends, it's usually going to be like a one-on-one that I pretty much set up prior. You know, usually on weekends we just do like the game streams where I'm playing League or Master Duel, or I just do Cloud9 podcast on Sunday. But yeah, it was great having Kdots come back on to the show for a first appearance on this show. So we'll have another one of these, you know, at some point later on when I'm blowing out girls' backs and, you know, being a adult film star in the porn industry. I'm going to be a big name. I'm going to call myself Slangin' BBC Meat. That's my porn star name. Definitely going to make me a whole bunch of money. So glad you guys understand where I'm coming from. Well, so, thank you guys for.
I hope you get locked up. I hope you get locked up in the fucking nut house.
Sir, I just want to get diddied by you. Can you just please do that? Can you fulfill my fantasy?
Diddy yourself. You have a hand. You take your hand, you shove it up your ass, and then diddy yourself.
You have baby oil. Can you please me, sir?
I kind of want to try some baby oil. I
Oh
never
my
beat
God.
it with baby oil before, honestly.
Well,
I
thank you
haven't.
guys.
I'm not. I haven't beat it up with baby oil yet.
I think my wife had me shove it up her butt one time. I forgot. Her eyes were rolling back like a slot machine. Had that shit all up in there. But yep. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. And the next episode of this will be on Monday. We have that. So we'll see you guys later and have a great week.